Welcome. April, Yvonne, Andrea, Maria, Jennifer, Chris, Amy, Christiane. So happy to be here with you as always. Good morning, Lotus. It's been a little while. Welcome back, Ree. Nice to see you again. Thank you for everybody who joined yesterday for our final in the book study series, Conversations with God. Hi, Nancy. Okay, I just got an intuitive hit to do this next. Who all knows the work of Byron Katie? Ree. I know many of you do. I do this with my life coaching clients sometimes, and I've mentioned it often in here. I've done live streams. Have we? I think we have, maybe. Well, it doesn't matter because it's important to revisit. But this is what's called the little booklet, which details the work of Byron Katie. So, yeah, I may do this as a mini series because it's just a short little booklet. We will see. We will see what the new year holds. And if anybody is interested in this, just off the bat, I have a PDF copy of this I can send you if you send me a private message. And I do have, it's been sometime in the past months, in the past year, that I have done a mini series on this where we did a worksheet, which is how you do her work. So, welcome, Kay. Hello. So, I have, on Christmas Day, I did a giveaway in my live stream of a gifted session with me. And I drew the winner, or figured out the winner yesterday, which is Lori. I don't see Lori here now. And I made an announcement in my group here on Insight Timer, Natalie's Healing Circle. Please join my group there. That Lori was the winner. So congrats to them. And yeah. So I gifted a session with me, which could be spiritual life coaching, a truth excavation, deep dive guided journey, a life visioning session, a tarot oracle reading, or an energy healing Reiki Ancestral Clearing session with me. So welcome, Zena. So happy to be here with you all today. How is everybody doing? Where are you joining in the world? I am here in Mexico right now, in the center of Mexico. Hello, Rochelle. I'm hearing an interesting noise. Apologies if the internet is going in and out. You just never can tell. So this morning I woke up, and so those of y'all that follow me know I met Michael Singer last month author of, best known for this book, The Untethered Soul. I went to his place in Florida, met a couple clients there, went with a very close friend of mine, Alicia Bliss, a fellow Insight Timer teacher. And one thing that they do it every morning is they chant the Sri Atma Gita, and it's in English, which is very cool for us English speakers. And it takes almost 30 minutes. If you're chanting this, it's quite long. So I've been doing it sometimes, and I had an idea to do it on a live stream. I also had an idea to upload it as a track that you can listen to here on Insight Timer in my meditations. So I recorded it this morning. I don't know if I will use it, but it was a good practice to do so. So don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer. Give a donation here through the app if you feel called. Listen to my meditations. I have free and premium tracks with thousands of plays. And so if you want to check out my offerings, you can also follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and my website. And this will be uploaded as a video on my channel soon. And on Christmas morning, we had a very fun time. I was in a little town on the biggest lake in Mexico, and I took everybody on a little video tour afterwards. So that was really fun. And actually, I will be moving back there. The date is set. In about less than 2 weeks, I will be moving back to the lake. So I'm super excited to do that. So today we are going to do a card reading, a deep dive holiday card reading. We're in this in-between state of Christmas, New Year's, the space in between, really, at least for Americans and maybe others, but I know for most Americans, it's like this, it really starts in the fall, starts building in Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, it ramps up a notch, and then it's like full on holiday season energy. And then, especially it just keeps building and building the last 2 weeks of December. So we're still riding the wave of that, and still in that holiday energy. So the reading today will give a gauge of where we are. And on the Christmas Day live, there was a lot around holiday family dynamics and, the highs and the lows, the intensity of it, the intensity of positivity and possible negativity, and working with and managing all that. So we'll see what the cards say today, as we do every week. Also, I will be going live on New Year's Eve day. Hold on. Okay. Just thought. Anyway. And I will be going live on New Year's Day. So New Year's Eve, we will be doing a look back at 24, closing out the year, letting go of what we are ready to let go of. 2025, we're going to be looking forward into what you want to create in 2025. So we will start, as I'm liking to do, since I got this when I visited Michael Singer. I got this Untethered Soul card deck signed by Michael Singer. I'll never forget it. That will be something that will be a treasured part of my life and my tools Hi, 3. Is anyone else having an echo? Let me check. Let me change. Does this help any? Thank you for saying that. The freezing, I can't help. The sound sounds better. Okay, a couple yeses, some yeses. Thank you, Corey, 3, Zoe, Jennifer. I can change to my phone. If I do that, I won't be able to have this as a recording for y'all to watch later if you want to revisit it. So that is my only hesitation with switching the connection. So give me feedback. Is it distracting enough to where it's like interfering like a lot, or is it workable? I will remain unattached as I shuffle the Michael Singer cards. Yeah, it's it requires relaxing and releasing on my end and maybe some of your ends. When I moved into this place, the internet was amazing, like all the time, and now it's not, and it just, I'm in Mexico. So I don't know what makes it be a certain way. Yeah, totally. See, right now it went back up. Now it's like high speed again because there's a gauge. I can see a little gauge of how the signal is on my side. So I am recording this 3. That's what I'm saying. I'm recording it right now. If I move to my phone and live stream from my phone, which is generally better, I can't record from my phone to have it uploaded later on my YouTube channel as a replay. So that's the difference. I'm on my computer right now. So, but yeah, I mean, it's all low-hanging fruit, as Michael Singer would say. So let's see what he says right now in his Untethered Soul quote cards. From the Living Life topic. If you are living every experience fully, then death doesn't take anything from you. If you are living every experience fully, then death doesn't take anything from you. Does that bring up anything for anyone today? If you are living every experience fully, then death takes nothing from you. So I want to use, to get our main message card, the Sacred Rebels cards. These are beautiful. We used them recently. So this is going to be, the way I do my card readings is I draw like one card that's like the main message and the theme. So this is collective. This is for everybody here, or if you're seeing the replay. So it's going to be the main theme for you right now with the energies at play during this holiday season time, during this week, during this day, as we, come out of the solstice, come into the new year. And as always, take what you like and leave the rest. Meaning, if something doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. And if you want to schedule an individual reading, you can do that. Send me a private message, or any of the services that I offer you can see on my website. Okay. Ooh, beautiful. Receiving. The art on these cards is really powerful. So I want you to even just look and tune in and take in the image on this card. This energy of receiving. So many of you, all the time, and especially this time of year, are in giving, and over-giving mode. And this actually came up in the Christmas Day card reading. Y'all that were here, the Six of Pentacles is a card of giving and receiving. That came up. Who knows, we might see it again. But now is the time for you to start winding down or continue and receive. Receive. I'm going to look at the description in the guidebook and see what it has for us. So it says, "You are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded to by the universe. However, you sometimes forget this. You become swept up in the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In that moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You have not done this enough. So your soul is becoming parched and is drying out. Energy's been going out of you, but there's not enough coming back in. It's time to bring something back in for you, to receive and be received. You're being offered a chance for restoration now, to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Acceptant. You deserve it." So there's going to be a healing. Most of these cards in the book have a healing process with them. So this is super powerful right now. So I invite you to receive this as the words come into your ears and into your being. This healing process will help you surrender any guilt or shame you feel for having needs in the first place. It will also help you overcome any struggle that you have receiving and accepting so your needs can be met. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. When you demur saying you cannot accept, that it's too great a gift, or that you're not worthy, you are impeding that flow. You are inhibiting the communion, the connection, the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. You are a radiant sun in human clothing. An exquisite life experience is your birthright. Enjoy it. Soak it up, all of it, including the restoration of sacred rest. From that place of nourishment, you will more effortlessly create, live, and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing passion. The earth rests each night so it can greet the sun again each morning with the spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off, step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You will return and be more efficient and effective. Rest now. Play now and work later. Forget your worries for a while. Switch off. Do something else. Let it all go and it will all flow. So take in these words that I'm going to speak to you. I release all false guilt and shame about having needs, and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and activity, balance, feed and nourish each other. There is sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept and receive this now. Through unconditional love, this is now so. I'm going to read this short story. So take this in. The great French impressionist painter Monet sat in his garden on a warm afternoon. He was napping lightly on his garden bench, with the sunlight dappling gently through the straw hat resting over his face. It was soft and warm on his closed eyelids. He sighs contentedly. A nosy neighbor poked his head over the fence, keen to know what the brilliant artist was up to now. "Sir, you are resting," the curious neighbor called out. "No," responded Monet, wriggling to get even more comfortable on his reclining garden chair. "I'm working." He relaxed further as the mild breeze tickled the hair on his forearms. Monet returned to his garden the next day. Consumed by the urge to translate his feelings onto the canvas, he painted with great energy and focus. He was inspired and the paint flowed. Again, the nosy neighbor poked his head over the fence and called out, "Sir, you are working." "No," said the artist, barely pausing with his brush, "I am resting." So the invitation for you all, if this resonates, give yourself a hug, have a nap, a cup of tea, or do a little dance around your living room. Or paint, relax, go for a walk in the park, or do a spot of window shopping. Just be, play, laugh, and relax. Give yourself what you feel you need at this time. If you're not certain, that's fine, just guess. And know that the more often you do this, the more skilled you will become in identifying and meeting your needs. So, just receive that. Priscilla, this is for you. This is for everybody here. So you're here at the perfect time. The message is receiving. Corey, thank you for your comment. Yeah, so how can you focus on yourself right now and take in the message that just was shared for yourself? letting go of everything else in this moment now. Receive. So after the card reading, I'm going to be doing Reiki and Ancestral Clearing, again as a group collective energy, healing and clearing as I always do. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to pull now a Work Your Light card. We love these. So for you all hearing this right now, if this all resonates, and as I mentioned, this like holiday, end of year momentum, intensity, energy, it's really calling you, in between Christmas, New Year's, now, today. It might be the whole day, it might be for 5 minutes, anything in between, for you to really take in that healing message I read. Really take in the energy to receive and rest and let go. Surrender. Nothing, you don't need to perform, you don't need to do. You just get to be. And as that little beautiful story with Monet, who was resting in his chair in the sun, that was his working. And then the next day he painted, and that was his resting. We cannot just go, go, go. We must relax. So, mirror, who or what is triggering you? So some of you might be triggered by this message that's saying, focus on yourself, receive, rest. Or it might be, somebody that's popping into your awareness or some situation. And remember, whatever that is, it's a mirror. As I just said to Corey, come back to yourself, focus on yourself. Everyone and everything is a mirror. So what happens is, it's human. It's human nature. We see the thing outside, if it's a person, if it's a relationship dynamic, work, family, money, anything in the world. If it's triggering something within you, the spiritual path to peace and awakening is, coming back to myself. For you, coming back to yourself over and over and over again. Everything in the outside world that pushes your buttons, touches your stuff, is an invitation for healing, because it's touching something that's wanting your attention to be healed right now. It's not about anything outside of you. This is my theme for 2025. And we'll talk more about that in these live streams coming up this week. My theme is heart, the heart. Living from the heart. So as this has been awakening within me in the past little while, even more than it was before, with the help of Michael Singer and all the teachers and all the teachings, of whatever is happening outside, I am seated. Hold on. Traffic, the noise outside. I am practicing, experimenting, and playing with coming from this, my heart center, not from the mind. So, as I said earlier, Corey Michael Singer is the author of this very famous spiritual book, The Untethered Soul. So you can find out more. And I do live streams on him. We do his talks. So I have those in my YouTube playlists, Michael Singer talks, and live streams where we do listen to his talks, which I will do again in the new year. Hi, Laura. You try to live from your heart. So what that means is there's always, as I'm in the world, instead of coming from here and relating to the world with my thoughts and with the mind and with the mental state and egoic mind, and seeing everything through the filter of thoughts and what my mind thinks about it, then I'm going through the world dropped into the heart. And yes, I notice this, and I notice wanting to stay up here or identify with being up here, and also I'm practicing and playing with back to the heart, resting in the heart. The heart is always emoting. So the world is just a mirror. Everything and everyone is a mirror. Some of the things, like Michael Singer says, like the white lines on the road, there's no energy there unless you had something occur with white lines in the road. But 99% of us don't, and we don't even notice the white lines in the road. So he says 99% of the world we let pass through us. It just passes through. But when we resist something in our experience or we try to cling, then it gets stuck in here and it blocks our natural state, Sat Chit Ananda, bliss, existence, consciousness, bliss. So the journey is to work with in here, work with ourselves, work with the energy, work with when we're faced with a mirror of somebody or something, quote, triggering us. It's triggering this energy inside that's stuck because we suppressed it. So the practice is relax and release, surrender. A mantra I've been working with very intensely in the past days, and I invite you all to take this on. There is nothing worth holding on to. There is nothing worth holding on to. Nothing. Nothing. Because when we hold, we suffer. So every single time, and this is what it requires. Awakening requires a moment by moment commitment and practice and presence. Nothing's worth holding on to. I got some new glasses. They are not working for me. They were not cheap. I went back yesterday and told them they're not working for me and can you fix them? And they said yes, but it was going to cost more money. Ooh. I noticed energy in my heart of anger. And I noticed it. I noticed the thoughts, the arguing the mind wanted to do. And I dropped into the heart and felt the energy there. And then I thought, there's nothing worth holding on to. It is not worth my peace to argue with reality. The reality is, this is it. If you want things the way you want them, it's going to cost you. That's it. Byron Katie says, when you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. And it's true. Another mantra you can take on, I will not sacrifice my peace for this. So who or whatever is triggering you, I will not sacrifice my peace for this. And in essence, that's basically what I was saying in this very low-hanging fruit, as Michael Singer talks about. I will not sacrifice my peace for this. My peace is the most important thing. Let Them. Mel Robbins has a book called Let Them. Hi, James, Maria, Susan. And see, what happens is the glasses thing, right? My mind did not like it, did not want it, and resisted the experience. It wanted to resist it. The mind argued, it shouldn't be this way. When that occurred, this energy, this heat, you could call it anger, you could call it whatever. The label isn't important. What's important is the energy state feeling. This energy arose. It's not comfortable. These states are not comfortable. Anger, frustration, sadness, grief, fear. It's not comfortable. So we don't want to feel it. Or the mind doesn't, So I wanted to push that experience down. And if I push it away, if I argue with reality, if I want to be right in my head and resist, then what happens is that experience gets stored inside. It is not allowed to pass through. When I resist, it pushes down on that Sat Chit Ananda, that Shakti, that bliss state that we are all innately. So what Michael Singer says, the secret to peace and enlightenment and awakening and everything is, don't ever close. Don't ever close, meaning don't ever close your heart to any experience. So in that moment when they're telling me about my glasses, I noticed all of it, which is great. How many people wouldn't even notice? How many people would just be like, that's not fair, I already paid, blah, blah, and they would go unconscious. And I still can, but I didn't. I noticed the thoughts, I noticed the sensation, and I did my best to keep my heart open, to relax around the energies in the heart. to be present. So being the witness and the observer. What Michael Singer says is establishing the seat of self, the seat of consciousness. That from that seat is not touched because it is the I am. It is our true nature. We are the observer and the witness of everything. So that's really the awakening journey, to become established in the seat of self so that the world can't touch us. And yet we witness and we observe and we feel and we think, but we don't get identified and sucked into it. So I noticed, and I didn't 100% let go, whatever, that's fine. I did my best. There's still some energy remaining. And don't ever close the heart. Relax around the heart. It's like a physical and an energetic thing. Relax the body, relax the shoulders. So in that moment, they're telling me the stuff. I'm noticing all this. I did my best. There's nothing worth holding on to. Because why do we want everything that we want? We want peace. When I do my life coaching with people and we look at, what do you want? A powerful question. Why do you want it? Oh, I want to, be a millionaire and blah, 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 live on Maui or travel the world or whatever. Why do you want all that? We want it for the experience when we feel it. So we can give ourselves the experience now without waiting for the manifestation to occur. Hi, Keela. So I want to read a quote that's really pertinent to so as I mentioned yesterday, I'm toying with the idea of doing a Way of Mastery series, and it was channeled teachings that you can hear as an audio, or it's been put in book form. But I was listening to it yesterday and I wrote this down. In Conversations with God said this too. I mean, everything and the truth is said, with many voices, with different words, but it's always the truth. So, the first step in awakening is the axiom that nothing I am experiencing is caused by anything outside of me. I experience all the effects of my own choices. What if the very life you are living and each experience that is coming to you now, since the moment you've decided you want to awaken, what if everything was being directly sent to you of God, the universe, whatever you believe that to be? What if everything was being directly sent to you of God because God knows what is necessary to unravel within your consciousness to allow you to awaken? What if the very things you're resisting are the very stepping stones to your homecoming? What if you achieved a level of maturity on this path in which you're finally willing to let things be just as they are? There's nothing worth holding on to any longer that keeps my peace and happiness at arm's length. really the essence of it. Do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? And in that moment, that very low-hanging fruit moment with my glasses, did I want to be right or happy? If I want to be right, I'm going to suffer. Great question, Corey. It's not so much about questioning something or bringing it to their attention. What is your energy prior to you doing that? If you are in a place of 100% surrender and peace and love, and then you bring something or question something, it's going to have a whole different energy than if you are in a place of, I'm right, this is wrong, this shouldn't be happening. So cleaning up our energy within before we take an action. It's not about not taking action. So Michael Singer, in his memoir, I have his little things here. This is an amazing book. I would highly recommend all of his books. This is his memoir, The Surrender Experiment. In it, he says the essence of his life in this surrender experiment that he has lived, he said, the process of surrender he saw was done in two very distinct steps. First, you, wait. I had it memorized. You let go. I'm trying to think of the words. You let go of the reaction of like and dislike that is forming inside your mind and heart. First, you let go of the reactions of like and dislike. So yesterday, I had very much a preference, a reaction of not liking what they were telling me. So that's where I'm talking about this letting go in the heart. You let go of the personal reactions of like and dislike that form inside the mind and heart, and then with the resultant sense of clarity, you simply look to see what is being asked of you by the moment unfolding in front of you. What would I be doing if I wasn't influenced by like and dislike? So I still felt a lot of energy there, and also I had enough awareness and presence to where, it wasn't something that, it was beyond their control. This money I would have to pay. It was the laboratory of the place, the glasses. So there was nothing to do but say, okay, thank you, and I could make a choice. Then I could make a choice. Do I want to pay more money to get what I want, or do I want to have the free version option, which is not my preference so much? Hi, Hilarosa. So, this is the message for you all today. That the mirror is your gift. What if everything was conspiring to help give you what you say you want? And all of us want are peace and freedom and joy. That's why we want everything. So I'm just going to say, speak for everybody here. And if I'm wrong, correct me. But all we want is peace, freedom, joy, and ultimately peace. Hi, Rose. Hi. Nancy, other Nancy, Jessica, Corey, wonderful. Monica. Yes, Nancy, paying a bill. Ooh, so there's a perfect place. And I mean, and I'm experiencing this. I am experiencing levels of worldly success in my business and financially that I haven't experienced before, which is wonderful. And what I've noticed and noticing is that it's hollow. And you hear this. People will tell you, and maybe you've experienced this. It's like, oh, I reached that goal. How long does that goal make you happy? How long does that goal bring you peace? Not to say not to have goals. There's a coach that I followed, and he worked with like 6-figure people or whatever. And I mean, that's what a midlife crisis can be, right? Like you reach worldly success and then you realize it doesn't give you what you thought. And then you're like, oh my God. Ramana, I see a pic of somebody's using Ramana Maharshi as their profile pic. Hey, awesome. Yeah. So I had a glimpse of that, which it's great. Yay. I'm reaching goals that, worldly goals. And also, so in my coaching, I help people with goal line and soul line goals. The goal line could be making X amount a year, or getting the promotion, or whatever, having, the family or the new house, or blah, blah, blah. That's the goal line. But the soul line is actually where it's at. It doesn't mean don't, go towards the goal line stuff. But the soul line, that's where everything, and that's what the clients that I want to work with are those interested in those deep soul line goals of everything I'm talking about. If you're like interested in what's come through today, if it inspires you or compels you or interests you, or you're like, yeah, then let's have a conversation. Send me a message. Hi, Jeff. Yes, we want to do what makes us happy, and anything can make us happy. Awesome, Laura. Congrats on your goal line. Michael Singer, so I think somebody, Hilarosa, I think you were asking about him. This is his other book, Living Untethered. Michael Singer says, and this is so freaking true, if getting what you want worked, you would have stopped wanting things. Seriously, it's so simple. Hear it. Isn't it true? But that's not. You get something. Oh, I want Maybe it might have even been a Christmas present. Or it might have been like, you know, meeting somebody, or family coming, or even me meeting Michael Singer. Did I stop wanting things? When I met him, did I stop? You know, I've had the best year I've had in my coaching business. Am I just satisfied now forever? Hell no. Now is the next goal. Something else takes its place. Something else will always take the place of the thing that we want. That's great, Hilarosa. And yeah, great point, April. Wanting what we already have. So Michael Singer, he has these talks every week. His new little phrase is, how does he say it? What I have is what I prefer. Something like that. Like everything I have is my preference. So yeah, being grateful. In April, Conversations with God talks about this. Being grateful is the best way to create more. And we can't have like hollow or fake gratitude, or even like affirmations, why those don't work often. We can't, it's not so easy to just say a thing if we don't believe it. And we can't even think about, oh, I need to be grateful, like as a tactic. We have to truly just feel the gratitude, and that's it. There can't be a hidden agenda. That's what I'm trying to say. There can't be a little hidden agenda there. Corey, I don't quite get your question. Maria, wealth is wanting what you have. Totally, J.E. And Michael Singer, he is very much an environmentalist. He very much participates in causes. As I was saying earlier, it's about the energy in which you interface with the thing. How is my energy when I am wanting to make a difference? Am I in, this isn't fair? Or am I in, let me see how I can help these people, and I'm in love and I'm in peace? And ultimately, you know, we don't know everybody's experience and why they are here on this planet. I cannot judge another person's experience. I cannot judge the homeless person on the street. I can feel empathy and compassion, but for my mind to think it knows anything about that experience is very limited. That is a mystery. If somebody is so beaten down, that is their journey. I can have empathy and compassion for them, and I can also feel empowerment for them, that they can choose. As Viktor Frankl says, you can take everything away from a person, accept their ability to choose their response. Everyone has that ability and that right and that opportunity. So it's not about not taking action or feeling compassion or empathy or helping. And I can't know. This is all a fucking mystery. I have concepts I believe about past lives and incarnations, and we're infinite beings and we choose our reality and we choose our incarnations, and we've all been everybody, we've all done everything. In the Way of the Heart, one of the quotes that I really took in and work with, it talked about is allowing everyone the freedom to have the experience they're having. Which means not judging anyone's experience. A way that I use it, which is pretty petty, but whatever, that's a judgment. It's like, if I'm out in the world and I see somebody looking a certain way and the mind wants to judge it, I say, I come back to that. Allow them the freedom. Allow them the freedom to wear what they wear and look how they look, just like I give myself the freedom to do that. Everyone and everything is a mirror. Everything is a mirror. I saw some disabled people yesterday that, I don't know, I don't see that often. And I noticed the response, the reaction. And then immediately I had the thought, I don't know anything about, sure, I can feel empathy of like, wow, to have that physical body for me would be a huge challenge and I wouldn't want that. But I don't know their experience. I don't know what has them be in that body, in that experience. It's not for me to know. That's a greater mystery. I am not God. And I'm not saying I'm so fucking spiritual that if something happens to me, I'm not going to collapse into victim and self-pity mode. I am not that spiritual, y'all. But just for the moment, I can work with where I'm at, and yeah. I mean, we are imbued with judgment from the moment of our birth. Our internal voice is our primary caregiver's voice, which is usually our mother for many of us. So we get to unlearn and recondition our mind to peace. Hi, Solange. So, this has been awesome. I am going to read this card description from Work Your Light. Hi, Allison. Did I say hello? As I sometimes do. I was on a call with a client last night. They live in Thailand. And they were talking about the mistreatment of animals that happens in tourist areas in Asia. And not to say, I wasn't like denying that occurred. But I challenged her thinking. She said, every time I drive by the elephants, I just feel so angry, and I see the workers, and I feel like, fuck you, why are you guys, doing that and working with them? And I said, you don't know. Yes, there are elephants that are treated better. Yes, there are elephants in the wild. And there are also elephants that would love to be having that elephant's experience. It has shelter, it has food, it gets baths. And the people that are working there, what if you were born poor in Thailand and you came to Phuket to, find a job that paid more money than in the small farm village that you live in, and you found this job and it paid way more? Who's to say what you would choose? Do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? I will not sacrifice my peace for this. So she's actually a Reiki master. I am her Reiki master. I attuned her to Reiki. And I was like, how about this? When you drive by now, why don't you send those elephants Reiki, or send them Reiki right now? When we have a war in our mind, again, we perpetuate war in the world. So let's hear what this mirror card says. Who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you, and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? So, very, very wonderful teachings that came through today. Thank you all for joining. Please give me a follow if you don't already. Hi, Sharon. It's not a book, Keela. It is this Work Your Light cards, and I was reading the description of that mirror card, which is perfect. So let's close our eyes and come into our heart. And before, remember this, what we started with, receiving. We were all receiving a very powerful message today. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for your comment earlier. So now, even more is the moment for you to receive the energy healing that I am about to channel. Close your eyes, relax your body. And really drop into your heart. The heart has neurons like the brain. It literally is another mind. It, along with every other part of our body, is multidimensional, multifaceted. And as you breathe into the heart, I want you to just relax around it, just in the feeling sense. However you're experiencing it right now, just relax. And that will also require you to relax the body as well. Relax the shoulders. Relax deeper into your seat. And just receive. There's nothing to do, nothing to prove, nothing you need to do. Dr. Usui, Madame Takata, all the Reiki Grandmasters, beings responsible for Reiki in this world, for bringing Reiki. Daikomyo, Daikomyo, Daikomyo. Just relax, receive and allow, trust and surrender. Your higher self draws in the Reiki exactly in the perfect way for you right now. And just notice the heart. When thoughts come, do you notice a response in your heart? Does your heart contract, constrict? When your mind gets distracted, when your awareness gets identified with thought? Just allow this healing energy to minister to you now. To soothe, to heal, to clear, to release. And trust you're receiving exactly what is needed for your best and highest good. When you notice being lost in thought, it's okay. Just breathe more deeply again into your heart center. Relaxing and releasing. Ponder the thought, what if there is no problem to solve right now? See what the answer is. What if there is no problem to solve? It frees the mind. Just relax deeper and deeper. Abide in the heart. I will now repeat an ancestral clearing prayer that you may receive. Infinite Creator, all that there is. We love you and thank you for loving us. We humbly ask that you open, bless, expand, lead, guide, direct us into your perfect light, love, and life, in all ways, completely, now and forever. Please and thank you. For everyone hearing my words now, for all of our family members, all of our relationships, all of our ancestors and all of their relationships, through all relevant time, space, and dimension. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, and financial, through thought, word, or deed. Please help us all forgive our parents, grandparents, siblings, children, and grandchildren. Help us all forgive each other. Help us all forgive ourselves, please and thank you. Help us all forgive our cousins, aunts, uncles, step, in-laws, hidden, secret, adopted, and all other significant people, beings, family members, role models, authority figures, and relationships. Help us all forgive each other. Help us all forgive ourselves, please and thank you. Help us all forgive our lovers, lovers, spouses, spouses' lovers, and parents' lovers. Help us all forgive each other. Help us all forgive ourselves, please and thank you. For all suicide, incest, murder, rape, abortion, infidelity, and miscarriage. For all times we abandoned or were abandoned, emotionally, physically, financially. For all times we weren't nurtured, loved, supported, and cherished. In times we didn't nurture, love, support, or cherish others. For all times anyone was inappropriate with us or we were inappropriate with others. For all sexual experiences we couldn't handle. For all times we didn't feel safe. Help us forgive all people forgive us. Help us all forgive each other, please and thank you. For all times our boundaries weren't honored or times we didn't honor others' boundaries. For all alcohol and drug abuse, mental illness and the effects it had on us, especially children and spouses. For all times we felt we weren't enough, tried to earn or learn our value in family relationships and life. For all empathetic hurts and wrongs, and all that we made it mean about ourselves, life, love, and family. For all let down in our lives and lineages. For the times we turned our back on the Creator God in all name and form. Help us forgive all people forgive us. Help us all forgive each other. Please and thank you. Infinite Creator, for the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind, Transform it into your love and let your love flow back in and through us, filling and giving us all complete peace now and forever. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves. Be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Bring your awareness again to the heart center. Relax and expand, open even more. Nothing is worth holding on to. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it done. Thank you. Surrender, receive, allow, awaken. If you'd like to come back to a wakeful state, just gently move the body, allow the eyes to flutter open. Breathe deeply. Stay connected to the center of the chest and the energy. Now with your eyes open, thank you all for joining in this very powerful session today. Don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer. Give a donation if you'd like, if this was helpful. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and check out my website. Reach out if you feel called to connect with me one-on-one. Check out my meditations. The prayer that you heard is in my free tracks. It's called the Master Prayer. One of my most popular tracks. Thank you all. Hi, Joanne. Thank you, April, for the donation. Kristen, Sharon, Corey, everybody. Thank you, Jane, Maria. 3. Thank you for joining. Christian. I will see you on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Maria. Wonderful. I can relate to that experience. And this is where everything that I've said in the talk even is applied there. There's a fear because of something. And I've had in the energy sessions, I've had that happen often or numerous times. So I work with that by, this fear comes up. I ground back into that seat of self and that witness, and I know and I notice it happening, and I hold the space for it, and just like you did, and let it go. So what happens is when the energy comes up, I stay present, being the witness, holding the space and breathing, keeping the heart open, staying in surrender, and then it moves through. And it can be scary. And what's happened with me, it's happened many times now, so now I know that it will pass through. And so then I'm like, here's this again. Oh yeah. And really, that can be with anything. With breath work, holotropic breath work, or any type of breath work, that's happened often. In the first 10 minutes of breath work, I often will have this huge resistance, this huge fear. And of course, in the beginning, I just was like, and I would, get stuck in it. But then I would keep breathing, and then it would move through. And so then I learned, here's this resistance thing. And then it moves through, and it's amazing. And in my energy healing, when I do this with others, it happens. When I have my own experiences, it's happened. Or receiving. Last time it happened that I remember with others, I was getting coaching and doing this energy session last summer. And this strong, it's like a layer of fear. And I was like, and it's like, here's this. Okay, just relax, breathe, surrender, allow. Because my resistance will, like I was saying earlier, keep it stuck. So, your mind can label it whatever it wants, and you will believe whatever you choose. Everything's energy, everything. Even an entity is energy, and nothing has sovereignty over you but you. Nothing. And there are energies. In my energy healing work, I do shamanic work. I didn't plan to. It just, as I've been doing this for years now, it's like, I just recognize that that's what it was. There will be times where I work with, I call it low vibrational energy. That's all it is. It's a lower vibration. I don't call it dark energy. I don't call it entities. I don't even call it shadow. I just call it lower vibrational. That takes out all the judgment and fear. And that's why I don't even talk about protection, because it's like, well, if I ask for protection, then it's like, well, then it's creating something to be protected from. No, I am sovereign. I am God. I am all powerful. We are all powerful creators. And so the ego is afraid. The ego is afraid because the ego is the thing that dies, or the thing that can be threatened. But the ego is only an illusion anyway, but that's the thing that gets scared. Like A Course in Miracles says, nothing, what is it? Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. So, thank you all. Thank you, thank you. I will see you very soon. Much love. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening.